G'day Marvel Future Fight gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to have a bit of a chat about the CTP of Insight. We have a look at it here on screen. Max HP, all defense, activation, 10% chance when attacking, applies to all allies. Now, we've got the increased damage dealt to basically all types of characters, which is massive. 20% increase in damage dealt for 5 seconds with a cooldown of 7 seconds. So, and 20% increase of damage dealt is a fair bit different to 20% increase of attack. And, I mean, it's way better. It's like She-Hulk's lead versus Hyperion's lead. 50% extra damage versus 50% extra attack, or whatever She-Hulk is with a new uniform. Might be 60%, I can't remember off the top of my head. Now, what's interesting about this CTP is it can apply to all allies, of course, and what I'm doing here in the background is actually just showing me trying to actually get a CTP of Insight. If you guys have already watched this on the back end of my Cyclops, no, it wasn't the Cyclops video, it was the very first video I did from this update. But what's interesting about this CTP is, does it actually apply to all allies when that specific character attacks? So in an alliance battle type setup, say as a striker or as a leader, and then you swap in the main damage dealing character with a CTP of Rage or CTP of Energy, or is it actually active all the time for all characters in the team? Now, I initially thought it would definitely be option 1, right? So it would definitely be, you know, if a character come in and it did some striking in an alliance battle, then you'd get that buff. Well, you'd have 10% chance of getting that buff. In a couple of videos I've seen from other Star Agents, it actually looks like that buff might apply regardless of whether the character who has that CTP of Insight is attacking or not. It's whether any character on that team is attacking. Now, what I'd love to do is I'd actually love to test this theory by actually, you know, having a damage dealer in, a damage dealer with a support unit or a leader, and actually do some runs in alliance battle, then, you know, and have that support character without the CTP of Insight, and then obviously test it with the CTP of Insight to see if there was an increase in points of potentially, you know, 10 to 15%. Well, guess what? I can't test it. With this test server, I had 59,700 crystals to start off with. Now, I've done a few gear changes. Excuse me. I've done a few gear changes, so I might have blown 3,000 of those crystals just swapping CTPs around. You can see in the background here, these are my CTP pools that I've done. And I've actually, in the test server, so I'm down to 3,000 crystals in the test server, right? So let's just say I've 3,000 crystals in the test server left. I started with 59,750, let's just say 60,000, right? Because it's close enough. Then I've spent another 3,000 swapping gear around, for instance. That's 54,000 crystals I have spent, and I have not got one CTP of Insight in 54,000 crystals. So let's calculate that out. 54,000 crystals divided by 675. 54, 1, 2, 3, divided by 675. Sorry about the verbal mass here. That's 80 pulls, or 800 gears, and I have not got one CTP of Insight. Now, I know I'm meant to be talking about the update here, but I'm telling you, it's pretty hard to talk about the update because I can't frickin' even test the gear out that's contained within the update. I've got one CTP of Judgment after 45,000 crystals, which in itself is garbage. I've got 0 CTP of Insight after 54,000 crystals, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And this is meant to be showcasing Netmarble's game, Netmarble's system, but I have to admit, I haven't even spent a cracker on this, and it's kind of made me angry. It's made me angry thinking, what if we do need this stuff? We do need this CTP of Insight in the game to get the good scores and the rest of it. And this is what it comes down to: gambling on these chests with no pity timer that the community's been asking for years, no guarantee of getting anything, and 54,000 crystals. I mean, 54,000 crystals, in my money, in Australian money, 10,000 crystals cost roughly $140. All right, so let's even just say $100. That's $540, and I still haven't got an item which I could potentially get. I'm not going to go on about it too much. First world problems. I know it's absolutely first world problems, but you guys make up your own minds. Make up your own mind. I want you to comment below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this system for getting custom gear, for trying to get these CTPs? What are we doing? What's this all about? I mean, look, I'm lost for words. I'm hoping Netmarble overnight sticks one of these CTPs of Insight into the inventory, or just gives me X amount of crystals so I can just keep on going and going and going until I actually get one. But guys, I have to admit, like, if these CTP of Insight are required after the update, after this session, which is not even my own money, which has annoyed me, I can't see me doing it. I can't see me trying to go for that stuff. Anyhow, guys, obviously I'm a bit frustrated, a bit disappointed. First world problems. Let's revert back to that. I'm healthy. My family's happy. And healthy. I live in a great country. But far out, man. Come on, Netmarble.